All right, good.
Siedущего телевизионной революции Kevin и Olivia на блогерстве. The international phenomenon. Attack of the show.
I'm just following you. I'm just your puppet.
What about
Kevin.
one of these? Would you?
I am Kevin's puppet.
I like the zombie version of everything I'm doing. Hey, welcome to Attack of the Show, kids. Your TV's only source for all the funny dancing you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. Olivia is out today, so joining me as co-host, the host of G4's new series, It's Effing Science, Angie Greenup.
Thank you. Thank you. We are coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles.
The woman speaks the truth. All right, on the show today, the return of an ATN champion. It's a Cash for Gold commercial, and it gets the Djibouti Dubs treatment on Around the Net. I love it. Then, Dr. Christopher Gore returns with another DV Doomsday. Today, he's going to have the new discs for Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy. And the space western / musical Stingray Sam. Yeehaw! Lasers.
Plus, Mike Henry, the voice of Cleveland from The Family Guy, and The Cleveland Show will be here live in studio. And you know what? Feel better about your life after watching idiots hurt themselves on Break Moments in De-Evolution.
Yeah! Big day today, Angie. Big
Great
day.
Great day to be here.
Hour-long show, and then I'm going home to shoot bears in the face and drown horses. And I'm gonna play Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox.
Oh, okay, all right.
Boom! But right now, I wish I had an umbrella, because it's raining net videos.
Oh, hallelujah! You know what, Kevin? You know what's really traumatic? Unplanned pregnancies.
Like there's any other kind. But on the other end of the spectrum, unplanned vasectomies, way worse.
Yeah, that guy will not be making babies.
Yeah, or peeing, or sitting ever again. Not gonna happen.
Never, never.
That's bad.
All right. Moving on. Today's number 4 video comes to us from deep in America's heartland, Oklahoma.
Yes, and while there are plenty of great things about living there, right? Nobody? Yeah. Well, there's delicious fatty foods and not having to worry about coastal raids, right? But there is one serious drawback.
The weather is insane.
Baseball size hair.
That was like God's mortar strike.
Huh?
Exactly. It's funny, like, we talk about weather and we go, oh, that's incredible, but LA actually becomes a third world country when it rains, or even when there's a fine mist in the air. It's like everyone forgets how to use their cars, and it's really hard for me to tweet on the freeway when everybody's pumping the brakes. It's the worst thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, typos happen.
Our hats are off to you, Oklahomies. But if we're in your state, yeah, yours, Oklahoma's, our helmets are gonna stay on.
Yes. Is that what we call our pals in Oklahoma, like the Oklahomies?
I think
they're a ragtag group of young kids from the ghetto. They're gonna make their way through breakdancing at the local rec.
Seriously, I'm moving to Oklahoma.
Ah, Oklahomie. You can't.
I went for the 5. You went for the
fist
bump.
a pound. You can't
Let's do the fist bump 5.
All right.
Yeah, that's a new one.
All right, now let me do the.
Now
let me do the grab you like a 6-pack.
That's more of a inappropriate gesture than.
It was just a thing that Oklahomies do. And at number 3, we have an inspiring protest against discrimination.
Apparently, car shows won't let hearses participate, but those car shows haven't met the H team.
If you have a hearse, if no other car club can help, and if you can get the time off of work, maybe you can come to HearseCon.
You know what, Kevin? When I die, because I know we'll be really close when we're like 70 or 80 or whenever that happens, just please make sure that the hearse that carries me is fully armed.
We will honor your memory by shooting bazookas in the sky. We'll make that happen.
Thanks.
Yes.
You know what? Djibouti Dubs is finally back in Around the Net.
It's okay to love it.
After their mourning period for the loss of Billy Mays.
Yes. Pour out some OxyClean. This time, they've set their sights on the Cash for Golds ads that blanket late-night commercials. To be honest, those things are already on the edge of being jokes, right? But
you know what? Djibouti gives them the tiny little push they need.
Hey everybody, it's time to give me your jewelry, gold, and other valuables, and before you don't know it, I'll be spending your cold hard cash.
As a grandmother, I've got lots of gold.
You see, the price of gold has been accelerating over the past 20 years, so you best believe I'm getting top dollar for your I'm turning your gold into my cash.
I'm gonna break into your house and I'm gonna steal all your gold.
Okay, sure, it's dangerous, deceitful, and uninsured. At least there's free shipping.
I'll drink to that and I'm gonna steal your gold pants.
Now you're probably asking yourself, why isn't this free, prepaid, or insured? Why don't you just shut the up and just send me your gold already and start worrying about that other later?
Oh, I get it. I get it, because he's a late 80s, early 90s pop star. That makes MC Hammer a guy who steals things. Yeah. Racist. I hate to be the guy that tells him that his gold hammer pants aren't actual gold, though. Like, that's going to break his heart.
Shh. That's all he's got left.
He doesn't have anything left.
Yeah, it'll make him think he's rich again.
His hammer pants are on layaway these days. It's true. Uh-oh.
Ouch. Still ahead, a classic broadcasting no-no.
Oh, yeah, and believe it or not, we didn't do it. Yeah. It's our #1 Around the Net, and it's coming up right after this. This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Mitchum, the hardest working antiperspirant in America. Real quick, I don't know if I pointed this out on the show before, but this is the patch that my iPhone has burnt through my jeans. There's no phone in my pocket, and my right testicle hasn't had feeling in it since the Edge Network iPhone. But really, that is bad, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that just means nobody's really texting or calling you, too. It's in your pocket more
My
than your
phone
hand.
is overheating because I'm blowing up, is what that means. Is that right?
Sorry.
Nobody knows my number. Today's #1 item comes to us from that wellspring of awkward moments, not me, local newscasts.
This one is from the New Orleans ABC affiliate WGNO, who ran a story about a new injection that can enlarge women's G-spots. Kevin's never heard of that. He's like, G-spot, is that like Spanish for something?
Yeah, I'm like, don't you have to find it before you can do anything with it? I mean, it's like, I can enlarge a black hole theoretically, but if that's not descriptive enough for you, maybe anchorman Michael Hill can help you out.
The shot lasts between 4 and 6 months, and Susan, who you met in our story, says that is one appointment she is not going to miss because she says it worked for her.
So she's enjoying penis a little bit more, is she?
She's enjoying her sex life a little bit more. She and her husband.
There's proof then. All right,
Thank you, Michael. Yes.
Sir.
But can we do it one more time? I love that he's so clear. So she is enjoying the ding dong a little. Just one more time, please.
The shot lasts between 4 and 6 months, and Susan, who you met in our story, says that is one appointment she is not going to miss because she says it worked for her.
So she's enjoying penis a little bit more, is she?
She's in.
Yes.
Oh, man. Speaking of penises on TV.
Ah, yes. Here's Drunkle Ted.
My cute little niece, Kevin, kicked me out of the house. And, to bring sexy times to the peoples. This is sexist in the streets. First, my eyeballs. And now, my man.
I've been with my girlfriend for quite a while now. She's great. I love her and everything, but she's horrible in bed.
Rotten in bed?
She's lazy, inhibited, not imaginative at all. I mean, I've tried talking dirty to her.
Did you try porn?
I've tried getting her into porn. She won't have it.
Porn's all I could think of.
What is it that I can do to get her out of the missionary position?
This is not a hard problem. First, give her some wine, loosen her up, and throw her the out.
Okay, then.
I forget, does the earring in the left mean you're playing ball, or the right mean that you want my balls? Oh, we did it. Just doing my part to help keep the guys in LA to get their carrots wet. Thanks for coming. You know what I mean.
Drunkle Ted.
This show really is weirder than I ever imagined. It really is.
Hi, welcome to Attack of the Show. Pleasure to have you here.
It's weirder being here than it is. All right. In case Drunkle Ted left more questions than answers, here's Anna David tackling our country's toughest problem. What'd I miss?
It's all good. Immigration?
Sex questions.
Damn it, that's a good setup. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time. I don't want to.
Okay.
Let's roll back to the, because it's a really good. All right, here we go.
In case Drunkle Tad left more questions than answers, here's Anna David tackling our country's toughest problem.
Oh, immigration?
Sex questions.
Right.
I'm Anna David, and I'm here in San Diego. With millions out there getting it on, there's some pretty racy questions that need to be answered. So I'm hitting the streets of the gas lamp district to see if I can clear up the issues in your pants.
We're getting married May 6th, and her name's Grace. And everything's absolutely amazing. Love her to death. Most phenomenal girl forever. Been together 2.5 years.
Right.
I'm a little freaked out because the last time we had sex from today has kind of been like 4 weeks.
Right.
Okay, and this is like the normal.
Right. You think your sex life is over, and here you are getting married.
Yeah.
I think these things ebb and flow. I think, you're building towards the wedding. Who knows what's going on? You need to get her to open up a little bit sexually, both literally and physically, and tell her that you are freaked out. You're never going to have sex again now that you're getting married.
All right, just hearing that freaks me out, but yeah.
I think you could do it.
I think I can.
I predict a very happy life for you and Grace, and lots of sex.
I'm curious about online dating. Like, how would I get this to work for me?
All right, so you've never been to online dating before?
Not at all.
Well, I think that the mistake a lot of guys make is that they make these online profiles and they write, I'm so funny and I'm so spontaneous. You know how your English teachers were always like, show, don't tell?
Oh, definitely.
They always say that. It's true. This is how it's going to pay off. Because instead of writing all of that stuff, you should write funny things that show how spontaneous you are.
All right.
I'll look for you online, Xavier.
All right, thank you.
Just doing my part to help out the folks in San Diego. I'm Anna David. See you next time I go in your pants.
If you think San Diego is sexually confused now, wait till Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah. That's when characters from different universes meet in hotel rooms and have unspeakable sex.
Excelsior! Did I say that right?
Yeah. Is that what Stan yells when he finishes?
Excelsior! No.
Oh,
That's a visual that I really really did not watch.
And he had a cape in my head.
Oh.
Still ahead! Chris Gore explains the space western musical series Stingray Sam on DVD Tuesday.
And later, Family Guy's Mike Henry, a.k.a. Cleveland Brown, will join us live in studio, so stick around.
Hooray!
What happens next?
These backyard acrobats are showing off their moves using this table. What happens next? Does he just barrel right into the table? Does he flip over the table but fall face first into the fence? Or does he undersell it and land on the table? Find out when we return.
What happens next?
These backyard acrobats are showing off their moves using this table. What happens next? Does he just barrel right into the table? Does he flip over the table but fall face first into the fence? Or does he undersell it and land on the table? I think he'll be sitting the next one out. Slam. Hey everybody, we're live. Yeah, I feel like we're still missing something.
Information.
Well done. Well done. Guys, before we start, I'm going to take another angle at this. I just want a round of applause for the Louisiana newscaster, because that's my people. So, I mean, now I know that when Vinny inevitably fires me, I'll always have a job in Louisiana, because that's right up my alley, what that guy said. Let's start the feed. Oh, I'm fired. Great. Kevin, that was something weird to say. I'm Blair Herder. Here are your top stories today. When file-sharing site The Pirate Bay went offline yesterday, thanks to an injunction from major Hollywood studios, those seeking free porn and shaky cam movies were forced to go elsewhere for their torrents. Like my hard drive at home, but worry no more, my friends, my lawless pirate friends. According to torrentfreak.com, today the Swedish Pirate Party, which of course is the third largest political party in Sweden, has brought the Pirate Bay back online. Pirate Party representatives said that they are doing this to make a stand for the freedom of information in the face of censorship. And I say to you, my pirate friends, more free porn. Yarr! We got a pirate. Benny said I have to go now. Are you ready to trade in this virtual farming life for other Facebook applications? Well, Gamasutra reports that Farmville developer Zynga has settled its ongoing feud with Facebook over the social network share of in-game purchases. They have a new 5-year agreement, and that means that Zynga's games will begin using the Facebook credit system, allowing Farmville gamers to buy virtual currency for use in Farmville as well as other Facebook games. What this means is that Facebook is now going to get an airload of the action, 30% of all virtual cash purchases. Of course, this is the most dramatic thing to happen in Farmville since the virtual potato blight of 2009. Remember that, right? Amazon's relationship with Apple might get a little more pissy in the very near future. Starting this summer, Amazon's Kindle app will be available, on Android phones. And according to Mashable, users will be able to use this app to both buy and read books. Meanwhile, iPhone and iPad users are going to have to go old school and use their browser to make their purchases so that Amazon doesn't have to give Apple 30% of their sales. Also, the London Telegraph is saying that Amazon is hiring new employees who may be joining the company to work on a potential iPad killer device. What this means in technical terms is that Amazon's like, suck it, Apple. Just suck it. Deadline Hollywood hints that you're the only person that supports me on this show, and I really appreciate it, Kevin Carrera. Thank you so much. Oh, okay.
My Oklahoma.
Deadline Hollywood hints that a, quote, multi-talented actor, writer, director, producer may be behind the new Twitter account at Paramount Films, which mocks Paramount's upcoming summer slate and business decisions. PopEater.com thinks it's Will Ferrell because of the studio choosing not to greenlight Iron Man 2 or Anchorman 2 based on evidence like this tweet. We at Paramount are proud to say that we're sitting on loads of cash thanks to Iron Man 2. None of that cash will be going to make Anchorman 2. The Twitter wrath of Will Ferrell is fierce even at 140 characters. And finally, we are only a matter of days before Lost is a confusing TV memory. But there's a new episode tonight, my friends, and the cast actually gave the kids at UCLA a sneak peek.
I
wore my G4 t-shirt to bed last night. It's so soft.
Already big G4 fans, the cast and crew of Lost hit the red carpet at the UCLA campus for a special preview of tonight's episode. With the end in sight, the event gave the cast a chance to reflect on the various theories they've had over their 6-season stay on the island.
My theories are exactly the same. I had no idea what the hell it was then, and I still don't, even after I finished.
I told them I thought it was like the Death Star, and it moved around and stuff, and they got all nervous and weird with me. So I was like, ha, you got something there.
It would be very hard to suddenly, after 120 hours of the show, change what makes Lost Lost. And we've learned that even when we feel we're being mega definitive,
people still have questions.
We're in hell.
It started breaking convention in the way they started telling story, first with flashback, but then really switching it up with flash forward, then time travel, then flash sideways, really finding a new convention every season.
Our ending is, we feel, kind of really right for our show, and is not a snow globe, don't stop believing, it's all a dream, it took place in the dog's mind, the island is taking off kind of an ending.
I say you come at it with an open heart and you'll be met with a really satisfying, beautiful ending.
The perfectness of it is only slowly dawning on me.
Yeah. Also, this is actually the first time in history that a red carpet was on the surface of the sun. My God, it was so bright there. All those actors were like, oh yeah, it's Lost, it's fine, whatever. Back to them.
It was a bright red carpet. It was a very bright red carpet. Blair Herter. No, really. Soak it up. Soak it up. Take it in.
Oh.
Blair Herter. D&D. It's like a performance art piece, so we're not surprised that someone finally managed to turn it into an actual theatrical experience.
It's called Dungeon Master, a live D&D performance where audience members are invited on stage to join the adventure.
Oh, sounds like a job for the viewer army.
Hey, Attack of the Show, this is Ed Becerra here in Hollywood for Dungeon Master, a role-playing game stage performance. Think D&D and improv combined.
My dear, I'm so in love now.
Audience members are children that come up on stage and become the adventuring party. They're supplied with costumes, weapons, and even spells to help them complete their task.
Rivers flowing to the sea, fighters mighty, come to me.
Let's go inside and check it out.
No, he's a ninja.
Well, it started about 25 years ago, I'd say the early 80s in Chicago. And then a few of the actors moved on out here to LA. But what makes Dungeon Master different from like a LARP? For one thing, it's a theater show. There's a script. There are storytellers that walk around and they make sure you follow rules. It's more like you've entered a movie that's already going on.
The party has 10 spells. If it's a rhyming couplet, then it will work. It's a fine line kind of between being fair and being funny.
The nobles are alive, but missing their brains.
The next show of Dungeon Master will be May 23rd. It's actually going to be our season finale. And September 12th, we start up again with a 7-show season.
Thanks, Attack of the Show, for making me a member of your viewer army. This is Ed Becerra signing off from Dungeon Master in Hollywood.
If you want to enlist in our viewer army and cover an event for us, go to g4tv.com/viewer army for more details. Now let's go over to Kevin.
Thanks. Only one man is qualified to handle the massive amounts of DVDs that come out every week. It's time for DVD Tuesday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Goff!
Thank you, folks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
How are you, sir?
Doing great, doing great.
Good. What is up this week? What do we have?
First up, we have Never Sleep Again, the Elm Street Legacy.
Ah, yes. I thought this was like an anthology of Nightmare on Elm Street films, but it's totally not. I was absolutely wrong.
It's not. I mean, this is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen about a film series, a film franchise. Yeah. I mean, they go through, they got interviews with everyone, except for Johnny Depp, although they have footage of Johnny Depp talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. And you really get to see the development of Freddy's character and what led to all these films. And also learn stuff like why the second Nightmare on Elm Street is the gayest of all of them. It's number one in the top 5 gay horror films of all time.
Go on. Why is that? I mean,
there was a subtext there that no one making the movie actually knew about.
Freddy's dreaded dildo glove. Huh?
Oh,
yeah, it happens.
worse, Kevin.
Can I?
Worse.
I did just say it. Forget it. With 4 hours of documentary footage, I mean, it would seem like the movie itself is one giant DVD extra.
In a way, yeah. I mean, some of the extras is basically you've got an hour of deleted scenes on it. But what's amazing is just like I learned stuff in this I didn't know about the development of the series. And funny stuff too, like the guy who played Freddy Krueger. The name escapes me. What can I say? He would talk forever in the makeup room and rip off his stuff. And the makeup originally designed after a pizza.
Really?
Yeah, the original guys who made the makeup were just looking at pizza and said, well, that's Freddy's face.
There we go, yeah. So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is buy it. It's incredible. Makes you want to see it. It's better than the new Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sorry to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not a huge Freddy fan, is it still interesting to kind of learn the behind the scenes?
You will be a fan.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely made me want to see even the bad Freddy movies, just for the kitsch value.
Right. All right, so next up, Gamera, the giant monster?
Close enough.
Yeah,
Gamera, the giant monster.
All right,
it's close enough.
No angry people on Twitter. Meow. Giant turtle monster. What's going on here?
Now, well, what's amazing about this is the very first time that we're seeing Gamera in Japanese subtitled. Which is awesome.
Okay, yeah.
For nerds like me that love to see that. And also, it's uncut.
Were previous releases, were they just bad English dubs?
Bad dubbing,
okay.
which can be entertaining, but you really kind of miss the essence of this film.
Right.
And what's funny about, what I love about this stuff is it's a way to revisit these old movies and also see them uncut. In fact, there's a scene with a couple of strippers that get destroyed by Gamera's tail. A very phallic tail destroying a building with these strippers. And then you learn, I didn't know this, but the Japanese word for turtle is camera, which sounds a lot like camera.
All right.
Not a really menacing name for a monster, so they just changed it up and made it Gamera.
Are there any extras with something like this? I mean, a film that's nearly 50 years old. Do they have any footage lying around?
There is. There's a mini documentary on there that is amazing, where you get to learn about the studio where they made this. They're originally trying to make a movie with giant rats that almost destroyed the studio because they were infested with lice and were reproducing. We got footage of it right here. I mean, you're seeing this giant rat movie just was like a disaster. So they thought, well, how about something simpler, like a guy in a rubber suit?
That's awesome.
It's a lot easier to control than rats.
Bottom line on Gamera.
Bottom line is rent it. You don't want to miss it. It's just one of those. Revisit Gamera.
And finally,
one of my personal favorites.
High noon shootouts with lasers. It's what is it? Stingray Sam, the sci-fi cowboy flick.
Yeah, it's Stingray Sam is by Corey Maccabee, who did a film. It's one of my all-time favorites, American Astronaut. We've talked about it on this show. It's a guy. If David Lynch did a musical, that's what this movie is like. And it's actually a series of episodes that were on the internet, sort of collected together in this thing, where it's a cowboy and they solve problems really just by singing songs.
Woo!
It's like rock and roll, rockabilly.
And in space, which is incredible.
Yeah, they're like bounty hunters.
Is this one to own, or is this one you rent, you watch a couple times, and you're done?
Well, for me, it's the movie's a rent, but I bought the soundtrack because the music is just so badass.
All right, Chris, always a pleasure.
Thanks, appreciate
it. For more Chris Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ThatChrisGore. But now let's go back to Angie.
Stay tuned. Mike Henry from The Cleveland Show will join us in studio right after this.
This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Split Second, the explosive new action racing game rated E10+.
You may know my next guest from his work on Channel 101's Kicked in the Nuts, or more likely as Cleveland Brown from Family Guy and, of course, The Cleveland Show.
You kids learned something today, too, about drugs, which are bad, except for the ones which aren't, like ibuprofen and aspirin. Marijuana is also okay, if it's legally prescribed by a doctor in any of the 13 states where such laws apply. Alaska, California, Colorado, Hawaii, Maine, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. Time for a road trip. Ha ha ha. Don't you judge me. Half of you are high right now.
All of our viewers are high right now. Mike Henry, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello. And you know what? New Jersey hit right after that, so we're up to 14.
New Jersey.
Party over here.
There we go.
That is so, I mean, it's not weird to hear the voice coming out of you because you have such a striking resemblance to Cleveland.
Yeah.
That, I mean, clearly clearly the creators had a character in mind and then just modeled it right after you.
That's me. That's me on the inside.
I mean, does it help you not get recognized on the street all the time? Or?
You know what? I've been recognized once, and that was getting a rental car. And the guy saw my name and goes, "Do you do Cleveland?" I was like, "Yeah, I do. Just give me the damn car."
How often do you slip into the voice, like at a Starbucks or a McDonald's? Or,
Not very. If somebody knows me, I'll do it for them. Or if I'm in the shower, I'll sing as Cleveland a lot.
With somebody who randomly recognizes you at the gym, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. Did I overshare?
I was told that wouldn't be touched upon.
No. I have to touch upon Kicked in the Nuts.
Okay.
Because you're a Renaissance man. Not only can you handle the writing and the voiceovers, but you can kick people in the balls better than anybody else.
Yep.
Was this, where did this?
That was Steve Callahan, executive producer of Family Guy right there. Mike Barker, creator of American Dad before that. Here's Danny Smith and his kids.
This is the best. Oh, so this is, you didn't just show up to a random park and say, "Hey kids, we want to make some television."
You know what? Let's not blow the cover of this thing. No, you know what? This was in response to all the idiotic live action shows that are out there that, haha, it'll be funny. They won't care. We went and my brother and I did this. We met on some show where they were bragging about how they pranked in a hotel in Vegas. They faked a double homicide and really freaked this maid out, and now they're getting sued. And we're in there going, yeah, you probably should get sued, yeah. So this was a response to that. So anything to be on TV.
And yet, ironically, it was the most successful show on Channel 101, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think so, yeah.
There you go. You proved your point. So I noticed, Cleveland Show references the marijuana a lot. We saw it in the clip there. Last Sunday, you kind of directly called out your half-baked audience.
Yes.
Is that an inspiration for the writing staff? And
I don't know what the hell the writers are doing all day, but I think a few of our writers may have a prescription card.
Okay.
I may have dabbled in college or last week. I don't know.
Right. I do it now and then, and I mean as in now and then again tonight.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if the writers are baked. To be honest with you, I don't think so. That wasn't the case on Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, they were more uppers.
Yeah, straight speed. Yeah.
I just want to know what's going on behind the scenes. That's what we're trying to get.
Everybody's really buff on the Family Guy staff.
Taking human growth hormone.
What can you say? It's almost legal.
Almost.
Yes.
Practically legal in the eyes of my parents. What's in store for this Sunday's finale? What's coming up on the Cleveland show?
Well, Freight Train. I don't know if people saw the Thanksgiving episode of our show, but Freight Train is Cleveland's kind of brow-beating dad, and he's voiced by Craig Robinson from Hot Tub Time Machine. Just his name gets a laugh, I guess. There we go.
Yeah.
And Freight Train and Cookie return to Stool Bend and get married.
Oh.
Yes. And Freight Train's been a bit of a philanderer. Self-proclaimed satisfier of over 500 women, and
and counting.
And Cookie, all she needs is a little compliment to take him back.
Of course, and fans have a chance to appear in an upcoming episode of Cleveland Show as well.
That's right. I'm actually emceeing a charity auction on Thursday night for Comfort Zone Camp, which is a camp for kids who have lost a close relative.
Okay.
There are 4 of them this summer in Malibu, 4 in Irvine. And a girl that I went to high school with passed away a couple years ago, and her kids and her husband kind of got very involved in this camp. So I said, sure, I'll help out with that.
And so they're bidding on a chance to actually appear in the Cleveland Show?
One of the prize items will be an appearance on the Cleveland Show. You can have your character drawn. You can have your likeness drawn into the show. Also, you can come and see a table read. Bring your family.
Get high with the writers. I mean, the whole experience,
You know what?
right?
I'm not promising anything, but sure. And it's a great cause, and this thing's at the Sunset Tower on Thursday night.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. I wish you the best of luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you. You guys can catch Mike in the season finale, of course, of The Cleveland Show. It's this Sunday on Fox. But right now, Angie, go!
24 and Lost are going off the air, never to return. And I know you've been lying awake at night figuring out how to replace them on your DVR. May I recommend It's Effing Science? Here's a sneak peek.
Every week, It's Effing Science shows you new ways to launch, detonate, or blow up pretty much anything you've got lying around the house. This is Effing Artillery.
Say hello to my little friend. Woo! Yeah, and you wouldn't believe what this baby runs on. Hidden in your girlfriend's bathroom cabinet is a perfect fuel for artillery, namely hairspray. In just a couple seconds of hairspray, and you're gonna scare the snot out of your neighbors. Fire in the hole!
Basically, we put this puppy together with a couple pieces of PVC pipe and a barbecue igniter. Put some hairspray in the firing chamber, and then we push the switch. That lights the hairspray, and boom, out goes the potato.
Now, to test the power of our little device, Mark and Chad are going to shoot a potato at a standard car windshield.
We use potatoes as projectiles because they form a nice, snug fit, giving us the compression we need.
All cannons work on the same principle, compression. The projectile creates a tight seal in the barrel, creating a pocket of trapped air in the firing chamber. A propellant, in our case hairspray, is ignited in the chamber. The resulting explosion superheats the trapped air, causing it to expand rapidly. The expanding air is forced through the barrel where it gains velocity. This creates the force that propels the projectile.
Then you're gonna want to fill the firing chamber here with hairspray. Quickly close it, and then you press the ignition switch to fire it. Oh, damn! Look at that thing, dude!
Busted the windshield. Where'd the potato go?
In our tests, we shot a potato over 155 feet per second. When we calculate in the weight of the projectile, that gives us the same muzzle energy as a .38 caliber revolver. Not bad for a little homemade potato shooter.
Oh, man.
Mark.
Did I hit the camera?
You know, we'll just take it out of your paycheck. It's cool.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
I love it. Did I hit the camera that was directly in my line of fire? I mean,
How did that happen?
does that, do you often completely
Well-
mess up office equipment on shoots, or?
It was supposed to be covered with something that wouldn't break, but that clearly didn't work. So
It's Effing Science.
It really
Hey!
was literally it was an accident. The protective covering busted, and that's how stuff gets broken.
There you go. Don't miss the premiere June 15th, right after E3 2010 Live. Guess where it is, folks?
G4.
That's it. That's it. You got it right.
Yes. Stick around. Break moments in de-evolution is up next.
They might involve a potato guy.
Wrong tonight. We'll come again.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, our favorite sexy sorceress, Bridget Regan, will be here live with details on the finale of Legend of the Seeker. Then we'll take a double feature game break with Morgan Webb, get the lowdown on Red Dead Redemption and Alan Wake. Plus, Gadget Prawn will review Lenovo's hybrid tablet laptop, so find out how much it'll cost you to have the best of both worlds. See it tomorrow.
Yeah! Have your lions gone unclenched all day today?
Well, we'll change that right now with some break moments in de-evolution.
I love it.
First up, here was a guy riding a bike.
That's it?
Well, I mean, he rides it into his friend's scrotal region.
I thought he does it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what friends do for each other. This week's rating is Strip Mall Surgeons. How many do you want to give this guy?
He could have worked up more speed. I say 2 out of 5.
I agree. Or at least done a wang wheelie or something.
Yeah.
Just a one tire.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Now let's answer the question we hear asked more often than any other.
Does it hurt when a giant rubber band hits you in the junk?
The difference between men and women is that women don't shoot things at each other's vaginas.
You practically just told me there's no Santa Claus. That's what I imagine goes on at sororities. Just a bunch of drop kicking to the old region.
Just a lot of really rough pillows.
Hey, Gina, let's play girl talk and punch each other. Yeah.
Anyway, how many are we giving this guy?
I think 4 out of 5. When you're on the truck nuts, you gotta go. Finally, this should go without saying, but let's just say that head waxing, yes, head waxing, is best left to professional head waxers.
Or you just probably shouldn't try and wax your head in the first place.
Terra fria. Preparamos aqui já aí. 2, 3 e...
Que merda!
3 e... Acabou!
I just burped. That made me so nauseous, I just burped.
Yeah. How many we giving him?
5 out of 5.
Yeah! Oh, idiots. When will they ever learn?
They won't. That's why we love them.
Ah, yeah. I thought you were a Jabberwocky for a second there. I was waiting for you to grab a white mask.
All of my impersonations are like this. This could be a llama. This could be anything.
Yeah, show us drunk cyborg. There we go. All right. Well done. You nailed it. You nailed it.
I always.
You want to check in on the Twitter wall?
Let's check.
You gestured in that general direction.
Yeah, I was like,
Twitter wall. Do you want to pick one out, or should I pick one?
Ooh, nut bashers. Don't these nut bashers have dads?
Sure.
That's how they learn to do that. Haven't you ever seen that pot smoking commercial where the kid's like, "Learn it from watching you, Dad"?
I wish my dad was that cool. I wish my dad could talk to the dog. You know?
Why are you gnashing your butt? Your nuts, not your butts.
What? Those truth commercials have that nothing has ever made a kid want to get more stoned than watching a truth commercial. Like you get home, put the backpack down, and the dog's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Dude, sweet." Yeah.
True.
I'll take what she's on.
Very true.
They probably have dads, but the important part is they won't be one. Thanks to Mike Henry, of course, to Chris Gore, but most importantly, Miss Angie Greenup.
Thank you for having me.
X-Play starts right now. Good night, everybody.